All righty. Well, hello, everybody. Welcome, one, and welcome all to the Junk Shop Library channel, where we're trying something a little bit different tonight, as you may perhaps can have guessed from the title. About a week or so back, I started running a poll on my Twitter, asking what people might like to see on my channel, separate from the Bible stuff. Don't worry, improv Bible study is not going anywhere. That's my meat and potatoes, my bread and butter. What really I love about what I'm doing. But I've got followers and friends in some various corners of the internet who, quite frankly, do not give a, quick disclaimer. This is 100% not for children. In case the alcohol and the tobacco consumption did not clue you into that. Sorry, kids. There's under 18 mental health content out there that I encourage you to find, and other communities that I encourage you to join. This is for the 18 and up. All right. So that aside, I do have, as I was saying, friends and followers in other various corners of the internet and real life who just truly do not give a flying, now I can say it, a flying fuck about the Bible or hearing me read it or hearing me eviscerate it or anything to do with it. And I respect that. There are days when I don't particularly want to do Bible shit either. One of those days may or may not have been yesterday, when I may or may not have forgotten about my stream that I may or may not have been supposed to do around 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So anyway, long story short, too late. I ran a poll on my Twitter asking what sort of content people might like in addition to. And far and away, the front runner was not particularly what I was expecting, but far and away the front runner in terms of votes was mental health content. So I ran a follow-up poll to find out what days we might want to do mental health content, because I'm already relatively committed to Monday and Wednesday for improv Bible study. And I don't really want to try to do 2 streams in one day, juggling like that. Not wanting to go either. Hey, Amber, welcome. Not wanting to go either straight from mental health content into the Bible study stuff, and equally not necessarily wanting to go straight from the Bible study stuff into the mental health content. So I figured I'd block out. I'd do mental health content on a specific day any given week. So I ran another Twitter poll because I was at an absolute loss as to what else to do to gather such information. And far and away the winner with 50% of the vote was, hang on, I'm trying something a little bit different with the chat, and I'm hoping this takes. Okay, good. Sorry, we strive for constant improvement here in the library, and there you go. Yeah, let me just slurp that right there in from my fancy schmancy new microphone. All right, so anyway, far and away the winner with 50% of the vote was Thursdays when the poll closed. And when the poll closed, lo and behold, it was a Thursday. And I thought, well, hell, I'm not don't see any need to sit on this for another week and stress myself out about it. So why don't I just go ahead and schedule an inaugural mental health stream for the top of the next hour. And then I looked at the clock, and it was like 5:47, 5:52, something like that. So I thought, well, I'll just go ahead and pull the trigger on this mess. So I went ahead and set up the stream, and went in and filled in a description and set the stream live, and didn't anticipate anybody showing up, if I'm being honest and true. And lo and behold, there's folks who showed up, which is both gratifying and a little bewildering at the same time. Y'all, I've been meaning to say something about this for I don't know how many weeks. I hope my swiveling in my swivel chair isn't too distracting. If it is, let me know. Hey, Ed, welcome. Gosh, people actually coming into the stream. I had no idea that would actually happen. I figured I'd be streaming to myself for a couple of weeks before anybody noticed. But no, apparently folks have their notifications on and or are in my Discord. Anyway, I hope my swivel chair swiveling is not too distracting. I try not to do it, but ever since I first discovered the joys of the swivel chair when I was very, very young, I've had difficulty not indulging therein. All right. So how do I do this? Really, here's the question. I guess first I should give a disclaimer. I am no kind of mental illness expert. The only expertise I can claim is from experience, personal experience of mental illness. I hadn't really discussed my various interest study. I've tried to keep absolutely never are not what to do machine. There's a let's see that. Get in the groove, says Amber. Yeah. Well, here's the thing. I'm a little more intimidated by this than I thought I would be when I first ran the poll. My junk shop imprimatur is fairly specific and fairly impersonal. But this is going to be a little different and a little more personal. And I'm a little intimidated by that fact. So here goes old Junk Shop. Going to talk about mental health while drinking and smoking. Okay, so why do I want to talk about mental health? Why did I even put that as an option on the poll? It's an important subject to me. I was about to change the banner and I realized I hadn't done the most important thing yet, which is shout out my patrons. My amazing patrons, Paul Kamish and Brainbug and Linda, who make the ongoing physical improvements in the library possible. Thank you all very, very much. And you cannot know how much your support means to me. So thank you. All right. Now, let me see if I figure this out. Yes, Dave, surprisingly so. More important than, did I say important? No, more intimidating than discussing masturbation. Surprisingly so, actually. Yes. So, why am I doing this? Because of this. Um, there is an enormous. Hey, Sandy, welcome. There is an enormous amount of stigma attached to all subjects regarding mental illness. And there's even more of a stigma regarding, well, dudes and mental illness. And despite the fact that have recently come out to myself in the world as non-binary, you look at this and you're likely to think, dude. Hey, Amiga Nuts, welcome. Schiller extraordinaire. Marvelous. Um, and it's, as I see more and more of the, why is my, I'm sorry, I'm distracted and trying to do 6 things at once. I thought I had already done this. My Schiller extraordinaire is not a moderator, and so can't. There we go. Amiga Nuts, do your thing. Drop everybody's links in the chat. You know the community is the most important thing to me out of all this mess. So just, you do your thing, my friend. What was I talking about? Stigma and mental illness. We flatter ourselves a fairly enlightened group here in the 21st century and in the skeptical community. I think most of us here are atheists tonight. And I just wanted to make sure that this was something we discuss time to time. I myself struggle with numerous mental health issues. Many of my friends and acquaintances both in real life and online struggle with mental illness issues, and I realized that if I wanted certain things talked about from certain perspectives, and those certain things and certain perspectives were as niche as I, then I was just gonna have to fucking step up to the plate. Am I roboting as bad as I think I am? Y'all, let me chat. I'm sorry. I'm trying to figure out problems and work out the solutions. But y'all know how that goes. Okay, I'm back. Am I back? I think I'm back. I'm going to close this secondary chat window. I think I may be creating unnecessary drain on my system. My poor system. Okay, Dave says I'm back. Hallelujah. Okay. It's okay, Junk Shop. You can do this. Okay. So why does Junk Shop want to talk about mental health? Besides the fact that it's important, and I stand by the end the stigma hashtag that floats around various social media time to time. It's personal, is why. I struggle with anxiety, lots of anxiety, panic attacks, at times crippling depression, and anorexia. When I set up my Twitter profile, I characterized myself as an anorexia survivor. That is true as far as it goes. My experience with anorexia reaches back to, well, a long fucking way back, if I'm being honest, and continues to this day. Oh, thanks, Amber. Sometimes more than others, like any mental health issue, and especially like eating disorders, it waxes and wanes. It's sometimes better than others, which, coming after saying it waxes and wanes, is a little redundant. Oh, Santy wants to stay in the single digits. You should not have said that, my friend. I'm going to send all my people after you. Amiga Nuts, shill Santy. Break his dreams of staying in the single digits. Okay, yeah, I'm distracting myself on purpose. I know what I'm doing. I understand what I'm doing. All right, so that's why it's important to me personally. I also know a multitude of people who suffer from or struggle with or have survived a multitude of mental illnesses. I've watched people struggle with bulimia, with EDNOS, with BPD, with PTSD, with CPTSD, with bipolar disorder, with what they would term manic depression, with Alzheimer's, with... I know people and have watched people suffer. And I hate it. It's a miserable, terrifying thing. And by it, I mean mental illness writ large. This is just an intro. I don't know how largely how long this stream goes is going to depend on how much the chat is interested. I'm among friends here tonight, and I know that. I recognize all of you, and I love every one of you. And thank you so much for coming to such a weirdly timed and oddly named stream. My goal for Mental Health Thursdays. Oh dear, I'm glitching a little on my end. Move a little to see how bad it is. Y'all let me know. Just be aware that I'm in the StreamYard version, so anything you say in the chat comes to me at a bit of a delay. I can always try to refresh again, since that worked okay the last time. I don't want to have to do that every 10 minutes, but I will if I have to. All junk shop is nothing if not determined. Okay. Sorry. I got distracted by fish. My goal for Mental Health Thursdays is to alternate between talking about a specific topic, kind of there, set something than that with the chat. That worked okay. Santa's hell, all my photo. I can't tell. All right. No. All right. So this is more stressful than I thought it would be. Quite frankly, I anticipated I would just be sitting here talking into the camera. It never occurred to me that all y'all would show up. I love that you have, and I'm gratified that you have. But it never occurred to me that anybody would. I just kind of assumed that everybody came to me for the angry Bible stuff, and it never occurred to me that you... Yes, that's another mental health thing. Self-worth issues. It's real, y'all. All right. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we got him. We dragged him out of those single digits. And all it took was him making the mistake of showing up for Mental Health Thursdays. Tune in again next week to have your various dreams shattered. Wow, I can actually hear myself through my headphones. I changed some of my microphone settings recently, and I can hear myself just a little bit. I've got the volume turned down enough to where it's not too bad, and I don't have a particular delay. It's just a very faint echo in my head. It's a little disgruntling. The good news is I know how to fix it. The bad news is I know what it'll do. And I'm not adjusting anything on the fly. No. Oh, thank you, Ed. Thank you, Sandy. Y'all, wow. Y'all go. Do not cry on stream. Do not weep on stream. Okay, so that's the that's intro. Now, another thing I wanted to make sure and talk about tonight is the isolation, the social distancing. And I know we represent here. I know one, I know two, I know three, at least three different countries right now. And I think it may even be three different continents. I'm not 100% sure. Hey, Paul, welcome. Good Lord, it's got to be the middle of the damn night where you are. You must have got that Discord notification. Welcome, Paul. It's good to see you as always. Okay. So we're all in various stages of this virus relate. Why am I trying to be coy about this? I'm not. I'm 90% subscribers away from monetized. I don't have to worry about this bullshit. The Rona, the COVID has created this situation where so many of us are stuck in our houses, except for those of us deemed essential, like Paul, who has to go out into the weird, wild world periodically. 20 past midnight. Christ on a cracker. Okay, so you are exact. UK is exactly 12 hours ahead of me. That not 12. Jesus Christ, 6. I can do math. I promise. Exactly 6 hours ahead of me. That's what I kind of had in my head. I just wasn't 100% certain. And Lord knows you can never tell by just Dave showing up because, as we all know, Dave doesn't sleep. And so the fact of him being awake tells nothing about what time of day it is. Nerdy Rodent, GB rock, yes. Ain't nothing wrong with the old GB. I was about to go on a tear about something. What was it? Isolation. It's been rough on some folks. It's been real fucking rough on a lot of fucking folks. Dave says the human part needs to sleep occasionally. The bot part keeps one eye open. That's just fucking funny. I'm fortunate enough to have been quarantined with my wonderful wife. Not everyone has been so fortunate. I've known a lot of people. I say no. Y'all know how it is. We're internet people. We know people in New Zealand, for Christ's sakes. I had forgotten about New Zealand since the Lord of the Rings trilogies wrapped a year or so when I saw their socials. No, to be quite like they were, and except to buy medicine and groceries, and that only once a week. And some various other places. Wow, I don't want to try to diagram that sentence, but I stand by it. Folks in places like that who have had the great misfortune to be quarantined alone. And we're social creatures, us great apes. We are not designed, we are not built, we have not evolved to live the life solitary. It's not good for us. It's how you go crazy. That's why solitary confinement is a barbaric practice that should be consigned to the dustbin of history, along with the Iron Maiden and all other forms of cruel and barbaric punishment. You didn't know you were going to get politics when you signed in here, did you? But solitude is not good for the human. And yet a lot of people have been forced into solitude by this absolutely bloody, fucking terrifying virus that's got us all scared shitless if we've got any brains. Paul points out cabin fever. Yes, exactly. As I said, I am one of the fortunate few, and I know a couple of y'all are as well, to be quarantined with your significant others. But I hear from people who are quarantined and isolated alone, and it absolutely breaks my heart. The extent to which the isolation is hurting people. They know they have to isolate for fear of catching this thing and dying. But they have to isolate. Which, even those of us who are a little insular by nature, can only sustain for so long. You get, as Paul pointed out, cabin fever. You need physical human contact. You need people. And you need more people than you're quarantined with, to be honest. You know? We are evolved and we are adapted and we have become accustomed to be, even those of us who do fairly well in our smaller groups, to be around more people than we can safely be around these days. And the isolation is getting to some of us. It really is. It's starting to bake our noodles. Paul says, I'm lucky I at least... Let me go ahead and put that up on the screen, because I've heard that from a lot of people on both sides of the equation. I'm lucky at least I get to go out to work. I think I would have gone insane by now if I hadn't. Folks who have been deemed essential for whatever reason, you've got both the good and the bad, don't you? I mean, you have to / get to go out and be around people. I beg your pardon. And yet you have to / get to go out and be around other people. And Then Mr. Shadow Kitty says, eventually you start talking to a soccer ball. Yes, I'm sorry, Wilson. I'm sorry. Yeah, Paul says he's only a road worker. Yeah. Well, trust me. Without road workers, we'd have no roads. Without roads, we'd have to hoof it wherever we went. That shit is essential, my friend. Nerdy rodent, our resident terminal introvert says, I've lost track now. 3 years solitude. My God, that sounds like a punishment to me. And I don't consider myself an enormously social person. I'm roboting. Join stream. I think I'm back. Linking out again, says Mr. Shadow Kitty. Oh, not having an. Oh, goddamn. I'm sorry, Nerdy. I didn't know. I must admit, I've kind of been. I think I may have made more light of you than was. I apologize, my friend. If I have overstepped or misstepped, I do apologize. The intent of that is the furthest thing from my mind. Blanket fort. Yes. So many of us now living in literal and or metaphorical blanket forts. I've got a dear friend who has been living in her guest room, her own guest room, for, oh, hey, family. Hey, B, how's it going? It was great hanging out with you today. I love the new name, by the way. I know some folks were giving you shit about it earlier, but I love the new name. Oh, thank you, Nerdy. Okay, good. Okay, I got all stressed out, and then I... Stop it! Sorry, I'm cursing at my notifications, not at y'all. sorry, I got all stressed out, and then the technological universe crashed, and that stressed me out even more. This is the mental health stream. Welcome, anyone who's just joining us. Okay, so I talked about end the stigma. I've still got the scrolling hashtag apparently, which is why I really wanted to do this to begin with. I've got some friends who are much better mental health advocates than I can ever hope to be, and I'm just trying to add my little non-binary voice to the choir. Thank you, Amiga Nuts. I see what you're doing. You're awesome. I talked about isolation. Wow, I've got an extra tab open. That could be part of why we're having trouble. What did I call this? Introductions, isolation, and just checking in. That's the third thing. So, just checking in. How are y'all? Because y'all know me at this point, right? Everybody here knows me, at least in my at least so far as the junk shop imprimatur has allowed me to be me. How are y'all? How's isolation treating you? If you're still in isolation, if you're not, if you're deemed essential, talk to me. How are y'all doing? If you're not comfortable saying how you're doing, that's fine. Just stay silent in the chat. That's okay. I will not hold it against you. How is all of you wonderful people I can't actually give a hug to because A, I'm not really a hugger, and B, because we're separated by oceans, many of us. But how's it going? How are y'all hanging in there? These are weird times that we're living in. And weirder for some than for others. Cats are fucking nuts, but Amber and I are making, oh yeah, the cats are like, why the fuck are you not going anywhere? This is my kingdom. Why will you not vacate the premises from time to time? Mr. Shadow Kitty is just peachy today. Good. I'm so glad. Paul says he couldn't be better. He's literally chilling out at work and will be off work tomorrow night. Good. I am a wimp. I don't think I would survive long trying to do road work, my friend. I acknowledge your essentialness, and I admire it I could not do what you do. I am not strong enough of body or of will. Writing, apologize, y'all. Stream the streamer or to my bed. I'm running out. We've been going to leave. Go ahead and go from across the lake, but I've got folks from my hemisphere and from other various hemispheres, y'all. You have warmed my heart of stone. A fucking heart made out of silly putty. Y'all know me well enough by now. Jesus fucking Christ. All right. At this point, we've been going 46 minutes and 35 seconds. I want questions and or comments from the chat. I want to try to stay on the mental health topic, but if you've got other weirdness up in the air, I will try to field those balloons. Field those balloons. That is not a construction that makes sense. I'll even take TMI questions. I'm running low on wine, but I'm not going to walk away from the screen and leave y'all staring at my dead aquarium and my big pan flag. Now's the time, y'all. Sorry, that was a silly moment. I really will take questions from the chat, but honestly, the truth of the matter is, I kind of run out of inaugural mental health stream introductory comment, and I'm mostly just sitting here shooting the shit with some of my friends. So, if you've got shit to shoot, shoot your shit at me. That is such a gross figure of speech. Surely the world can do better. I'm going to give it a couple more minutes, y'all, and then I'm going to close this shit down. I don't want to run, halfway into the night and it just me and it just be me sitting here blathering on to myself and y'all indulging me because you're such lovely people. If you know people who might find interesting this sort of free form, rambling, completely unqualified discussion of mental health and mental illness, if you know anybody who might find this kind of stream interesting, informative, use Robert X. Hello, my friend. Germany in the house. All right. I think we're representing, what does that take us up to? 5 countries now? Jesus Christ. My reach is universal. Oh, wow. Jesus Christ. The questions come in. Okay, I'll take them in order. Critical Cripple says, what's round your neck? This is my church key. This is cast iron key bottle opener. It was a gift from a dear friend of mine. And it's my fidgeter. Whoops, my questions ran away. Doodly doodly doo doo doo. Megan, it says, do you think a large percentage of COVIDiots are a result of just having cabin fever? No, I think a large percentage of COVIDiots are just fucking dumb. Our educational system has failed us, and I truly think it's just that much lack of critical thinking skills. Oh, and B says, what's your favorite five? But I'm sorry, B, I didn't mean to skip over your question. What's my my favorite 5 bands? That's a good one. You wouldn't normally think that y'all about to get a window into old junk shop's mind. Assuming old junk shop isn't roboting too bad, because old junk shop's chat scroller is frozen again. All right, looks like we're relatively back. Let's see. Favorite 5 bands. Okay. Tom Waits, Marianne Faithfull, Judas Priest, Cradle of Filth, food, bring in the meds or some medication, and I recognize on disorder years longer under a soft diagnosis. So I've come to understand how the cycle of my eating disorder works, and it's not as bad as it used to be. So I can actually just acknowledge to myself what's going on and make myself eat regardless. In terms of the mania, the depression, the panic attacks, all of that is all handled by professionals, and the chemicals they prescribe. All right, let's see. I saw the chat go blurring by while I was talking about myself. Let's see. Oh, yeah, B's talking about how hard it was. It was. It was a little hard. It was easy to find yoga channels with similar names, but you were not easy to find, my friend. Whereas family, much easier to find. All right, then Randolph entered the chat. Hello. Oh, it's Wonder Lady. Hello, Faye. Good to see you. It's, oh my God. Hey there. It's steel. Okay. Understandable. I respect pedantry. All right. Hey there. Sorry, I've never had somebody I actually knew in person. in the stream before, and I'm a little. All right, let's see here. Chat, come on, chat machine, do your stuff. I know what I'm doing. I really do. All right. We've been going close on an hour. Strange as that may indeed seem. Kimberly says, B and I, I'm sorry, B. Sorry, B. I've been talking to you all day. Bill and I, and at least 2 cats are watching on the TV. That's got to be surreal. How, Amiga Nut says, how much has Julie helped you? Oh, more than you could conveniently imagine. Let me put it to you this way. Until I met Julie, at least that I can remember, I'd never heard of cognitive behavior. Blech. I can speak the English, I promise. I'd never heard of cognitive behavioral therapy. Which is a thing. And there are techniques that she has shown me that have done immense amounts of good for my brain. Robert X points out everybody likes to talk to B. Yes, this is very true. There's a thing that I was taught by Julie that I like to recommend to anybody who has any need of it, which is called I'm gonna screw myself over trying to do the acronym. It's called opposite to emotion activity. So that if all like that's fine, the bang just succeeds. Almost yeah, trust frozen. Oh, everyone knows her to me to try to rebrand even at this point. I don't know how somebody like Jimmy Snow, who has rebranded his channel, 300 times in the last year and a half. I can't imagine how he deals with that. Amazing. And frustrating, I should imagine. Sorry, I just distracted myself. I was trying not to set my skirt on fire and almost set my ashtray on fire instead. Y'all know me. Y'all know me by now. All right. Well, barring any other pressing... God damn it. So many notifications. Barring any other questions, disputations, allegations, I think we're probably going to close out here right around the hour mark. Thank you all so much for coming to join me. I know this is not what my channel is known for, but we are going to be doing this every Thursday. And you know what? If I can stick to a set time of 6 Central, that will mean that I'll, obviously not tonight because I didn't exactly plan this very well, but that'll actually give me a hard stop time because Secular Sexuality is coming on live here right as we speak. So any further quick feedback, go ahead and throw it up in the chat real quick because you know it takes it a minute to reach me in StreamYard. Y'all are amazing. Thank you all for coming over. I really do appreciate it. I know this is not what you're accustomed to coming to the channel for, and I realize I just said that a minute ago. Oh, Ed, thank you so much. And I look forward to being on your channel so very soon. I want to tell everybody it's the 19th of next month, but I'm not 100% for sure and for certain. I'm so glad we met over on the amazing Super Chris's channel. Wow, that goes by fast when you're not paying attention. Paul says, when am I on next? Reliably, it'll be Monday at 2 p.m. Central. 2 plus 6 is 8. 8 p.m. your time, Paul. I might be able to get something else out over the weekend. I'm not completely certain. But the next improv Bible study will be at 2 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. UK, God only knows what in Australia. Oh, yes. Thank you, Amiga Nuts. Amiga Nuts is doing the shill thing. Yeah, everybody make sure you're subscribed to Godless Granny there, because Godless Granny is going to have an interesting show sometime next month, and you won't want to miss it. Randolph points out, God, this chat, so fast. I love it, but I'm having trouble keeping up. Randolph points out him to be having connectivity challenges sometimes. Are you on wireless? No, I'm actually on a wired connection. I'm just on a very old laptop with a wired connection. And apparently kind of spotty internet. Amiga Nuts doing his thing in the chat, dropping everybody's links. Thank you so much. I'm so glad you're modded here because I would not be able to do this. Amber says I'm awesome as always. Thank you, Amber. You're so sweet. Yeah. Yeah, and really looking forward to that. That's going to be fun. My chat scroller's frozen again. God damn it. Oh, uh, Randolph asks, is Junk Shop Library going to be a guest on Godless Granny's channel? Well, Mr. Randolph, Junk Shop Library has been on Godless Granny's channel the last two Tuesdays running when we tried to up trolls but couldn't find any to save us. So go check Godless Granny's channel and look at my so much fun. I really all right. Well, we're activity issue. I will because most of you on hopefully certain voice who thank you so much and normally happens on Julie being a channel where we talk about masturbation because of course that's what we talked about with a video title like that. It is labeled as 18 and up, so you will have to be logged in order to access it. Randolph Richardson says, apparently I haven't been watching enough Godless Granny. Nobody has. No one has been watching enough Godless Granny. Trust me. You don't know what you're missing. All right. We're going to call it here, folks. Thank you so much for tuning in. Your support means the world to me, and you know how much I love the community we're building here. It's oh Jesus Christ, Robert X. It's 2 a.m. and he has to get up in 4 hours. We're killing the stream here at this point, at any rate. So, Robert, thank you for dropping by. Germany representing in the house. Okay. So we'll see y'all again on Monday, if not before. Thank you so much to everybody who dropped by. And we'll see you next time.